This video explains how to get the column names of a data frame using the R programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the R code. In this video I will show you two examples, and both of these examples are based on the data frame that we can create with lines 2 to 4 of the code. So if you run these lines of code, you can see at the top right of RStudio that a new data set is appearing, which is called data. And if we click on this data frame, a new window is opened, which is showing the structure of our data frame. So as you can see, our data frame contains 5 rows and 3 columns. And these columns are called x1, colx, and foo. Now let's assume that we want to return these column names as character strings in R. Then we can apply the colnames function, as you can see in line 6 of the code. And within the colnames function, we simply need to specify the name of our data set. So in this case, our data set is called data. And then in this case, I'm also storing the output of the colnames function in a new data object that I'm calling my colnames1. So if you run line 6 of the code, you can see at the top right of RStudio that a new data object called my colnames1 is appearing. And we can print this data object to the bottom in the RStudio console by running line 7 of the code. And then you can see that we have created a vector object which contains 3 elements, and each of these elements corresponds to one of the column names of our data frame. So the first column name is called x1, the second column name is colx, and the third column name is foo. So in this first example, I have explained how to use the colnames function to return column names of a data frame. However, it's also possible to use the names function for this task, as you can see in line 9 of the code. So the only difference compared to the previous example is that I'm using the names function instead of the colnames function. And once again, I'm storing the output of the names function in another data object. And in this case, I'm calling this data object my colnames2. So if you run line 9 of the code, you can see at the top right that another data object called my colnames2 is appearing, and we can print the content of this data object by running line 10. And then you can see that we have returned exactly the same output as in the previous example. However, this time we have used the names function instead of the colnames function. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.